Thank you, Mia. In case anybody hasn't told you tonight, you look great. Give it up. We've never met before, right? I know 3 things about each one of you. 1, since I'm not a celebrity, you have no idea who I am. Number 2, you've worked very hard to be sitting in the seat you're in tonight. And number 3, this may be most important, I am one of the last barriers standing between you and a really good party tonight, right? So with that in mind, I'll make a deal with you. Give me 20 minutes of your undivided attention, and I might save you 20 years of regret. Now, before you shake your head, yeah, that's a good deal, I want you to know, undivided attention means no tweeting, no texting, no Facebook for the next 20 minutes. There's one exception to that, though. If you really like what I'm saying, go right on Twitter, hashtag speaking CPR. Hey, this guy's good. Feel free. But otherwise, give me 20 minutes and I might save you 20 years of regret. And I'll also give you something when you walk out of here tonight, is the secret to success that every successful person has used. You've actually been using it yourself, but you may not realize it. So when you walk out of here, you'll have a better understanding of that secret. But before you hear that secret, let's acknowledge once again everyone in this room, starting with the faculty and staff that have helped you get to this point. Let's give it up for them one more time. Once again, for the family and friends who are sitting all around. It's very symbolic that they're around you tonight. Give them another hand. And last but not least, the stars of the show. Give yourselves one more hand. I know how hard you've worked to get here tonight. We live in a world that's very instant gratification. When I say instant gratification, that used to mean I want something now. Now it means I want something a week ago. People want things that fast. A lot of people, while you were in school, were spending a lot of their spare time having fun, going out and partying, or just relaxing. And you weren't. You were working very hard. You were giving up your playtime and your free time and the most precious commodity of all, sleep, to get to where you are tonight. And I say that, I know that from personal experience, because for the last 2 years, I've watched a very special woman in my life give up a lot of her free time. It's my fiancée, Linda. She's a single mom. She works during the day. She's been in the middle of a job change for several months, and I've seen her go to school at night. And in the process of that, she's a very strong woman. But there have been days, there have been moments when she said to me, Michael, I don't know if I can do this. This is so hard. I didn't think it would be this tough. But she made it. She just finished up this week. So I'd like you to do something for me. I'd like you to stand up one more time. You're going to need to get up a lot tonight because sitting gets kind of boring. Okay? I want you to stand up if, during the last 2 years or however long you've been in school, you've had one of those moments where you said, I don't know if I can do this. This is tough. I don't know if I have the energy. Even if you had a fleeting moment, I'd like you to stand up. Turn around and look. You weren't alone in that process. But here's what's nice. This is symbolic that you're standing up, because you're standing tall after you had a fall. Those feelings were temporary. More importantly, you are towering over those obstacles, which at times had you feeling like, I can't do this. So one more time, give each other an ovation. You deserve a standing ovation for getting past those obstacles. I I was told the red was more flamboyant. You're the last one sitting down. Now, we've acknowledged your hard work and your accomplishment. You have succeeded to get to this point. But with success comes responsibility. Success is a double-edged coin, two-sided coin, I should say. Responsibility. See, there are people who are now watching you, especially if you're a first-time graduate in your family. You got friends and family members, and especially kids. And we could hear the kids all around you tonight. I think it's a beautiful sound. They bring so much energy. They're going to be watching you because they have an important question that needs to be answered. Is education worth it? Is it worth giving up all that free time and all that play time and losing all that sleep to get a degree? And only you can answer that. But you can answer it by using the one secret that every successful person uses and that you've been using. And that secret is taking action. I've studied successful people for 20 years, and that's the one common denominator they all have. They keep taking action, even when, like you, they felt like, I'm too tired. I can't keep going. I don't know if I have the capability to accomplish this. But they still did. Think about an athlete that you admire. How about a business leader that you've looked up to? Maybe somebody in the academic world. It may be one of these fine people up here. They all have that same common characteristic of taking action. See, I was joking earlier when I said about partying tonight, but you should go have a good time tonight and celebrate. But you're also at a decision point in your life. And that is, after tonight and the celebration's over, what are you going to do next? Do you sit back and rest on your laurels and think, well, I've done pretty good for myself. I think I'll coast for a while. Or do you look for that next great goal, that great vision? Tonight is a launching pad for you. If you make it that, you can go to the next level. So in the rest of our time together, I'm going to leave you a 3-step formula that you can use to take action towards your next goal. It's called ACT. Not the ACT that you took in high school to prove how smart you are. Okay? It's not a test. ACT stands for acknowledge, create, and teamwork. When I say acknowledge, there is a little voice that is within you that is telling you what you should be doing with your life. Maybe it is to be a massage therapist. Maybe it is to be a dental technician. Or it could be an accountant. I don't know what your voice is telling you. But I do know this. If you don't listen, the penalty is very heavy. This is the 20 years of regret I'm about to share with you now. So if you weren't listening before, listen to this part. It was 2010. I was standing in a very empty apartment. When I say empty, I mean you could hear your voice echo through every small room in that house or in that apartment. You could smell the freshly painted walls. You could feel the clean carpet under your feet. And the reason you could do all that is because there was no furniture. There was no glasses, no dishes, not even a fork and knife. It was that empty. And while I was standing there, a little voice popped into my head. It was the voice of an old friend, the voice of wisdom, that old Jedi Master himself. He said, lost everything you have, Yeah, Yoda, the divorce, it wiped me out. Ready to be a professional speaker now, are you? What? I don't know. I just got here. I don't know what I'm going to do next. Nothing to lose you have, it appears to me. Well, since you put it that way, I guess you're right. I hate it when Yoda's right. That wasn't the first time we'd ever had a conversation, though. First time was in 1988. I was sitting in a large banquet facility. I was listening to an after-dinner speaker with 350 other people. And at one point, everyone in the audience, we had tears streaming down our cheeks. Not because we were sad, but because this speaker was so funny. We were doubled over in laughter, crying. And that's when a voice popped into my head. It said, make people laugh. You love to do. Speaker, you should be. I nudged my buddy George next to me. I said, hey, this is pretty good vodka. I'm hearing Yoda. Drunk you are not. Speaker, you should be. I said, what are you talking about? I could never do that. I mean, that guy's really good. And besides, who would pay me to give a speech? Well, that conversation started a 21-year, 9-month, and 15-day argument. Every time I heard a speaker, he was back. He would say the same thing every time. Speaker, you should be. And every time, I had a reason why I couldn't. It was, oh, I just started this new job, so we'll have to wait a little while. Or, we just had the baby, and, we'll put it off till later. Or, we just got the mortgage, and we got all this debt. I'll wait till later to be a speaker. Guess what? Later never comes. A great speaker named Jim Rohn once said, there are two pains in life. There's the pain of discipline, which weighs ounces, and the pain of regret, which weighs tons. Standing in that empty apartment, I felt the full weight of regret. See, I was afraid all those years to be a speaker. I wanted to, but I was afraid to take a chance. I thought my then wife and I would be arguing all the time about this dream. Or my friends and family would say, well, you're nuts for doing that. Keep that steady job with that steady paycheck. It's safe. Worst of all, I was afraid I would fail and lose everything. Isn't that ironic? As I was standing in my empty apartment, having had that fear guide me for 21 years, 9 months, and 15 days. So the first part of the plan, I implore you, listen to the voice inside of you. It is your passion that wants to come out, and it will take you to the life you want. So once you've taken that action of acknowledging the voice, create your vision. In the business world, goal setting is very popular. They say write down your goals, and if you write it down for 28 days, it becomes part of your subconscious and it'll come true. And I believe that'll work. But I find that a lot of people don't write down their goals. They don't create a vision. And I think it's because they're afraid. They're afraid that if they write this vision down and it doesn't come true, they've failed. And that is not true at all. Here's a bonus secret that successful people use or employ. They redefine failure. There are people who will never be in the seat you're in tonight because when they hit that first roadblock, that feeling that I can't do this, I don't have the energy, they quit. You didn't. You redefined temporary failure to get to this point. Keep doing that. But when I say create a vision, put something out there. You may be heading right where you want to be going right now. I don't know what your degree is in. But put a vision out there. But be flexible. A quick example from my life is once I did listen to my Jedi Master and started speaking, I found very quickly, as Mia said in my introduction, I like to help other people become better speakers. And a great speaker gave me some advice not long into my speaking career. He said, if you want to become a better speaker, become a better evaluator. So I did. I found I liked it so much, I got certified as a speech coach. And because of that experience, last year I was invited to help teach the newest class of speech coaches. That went so well, I was invited to Baltimore to teach a storytelling workshop with my coaches. And that went so well, I was invited to be a co-host of a global teleseminar with some of the best speakers in the world. I'm not telling you that to impress you. I'm telling it to impress upon you the importance of being flexible with your goal. When I finally listened to Yoda and started speaking, it was never in my mind to become a speech coach, but it was a road that opened up as another opportunity toward my ultimate goal. So take the action of creating your vision, but be flexible and be ready for opportunities that will come up that you never expected. So you've acknowledged the voice, you've created the vision, and the third T is teamwork. There's a great myth in America of the self-made millionaire or billionaire or entrepreneur. The person who starts from nothing and goes to the top all by him or herself. It's a myth. Nobody does this on their own. You're not sitting here tonight because you put in all the effort and nobody helped you. A big part of your team is sitting up here, right? Another part of your team is sitting all around you. But as I mentioned before, people are watching you. You are trailblazers. So as you go forward to your next great goal, I encourage you to think, really ask yourself two questions. One, who do I want on my team as I go for the next big thing in my life? But just as importantly, who do I want to help? Whose team do I want to be on? Because there are people who want to be where you are tonight, and they might need a little help too. So be part of that team. Work together. Because isn't it more fun to party together when you succeed? And isn't it great to have somebody, a shoulder to cry on, or somebody to lean on when things aren't going so well? That's the plan. A-C-T. Acknowledge the voice that's inside you. Create that vision. And build your team. A quick story from when I was in my empty apartment. The reason I was able to be in a furnished apartment is because my teammates came to my help. They provided furniture and dishes and utensils and things that I needed when I needed them most. I didn't know where to turn. I had to swallow my pride and say, help, I need you. The ACT plan can help you be incredibly successful and make it less stressful on your journey. So as I wrap up our time together, I'd first like to thank the faculty and administrators for having me speak tonight. I'm sure when you said, could you come speak, you didn't think you'd be hearing Yoda, but here he is, provided hopefully some useful wisdom. I'd like to thank you. You kept up your end of the bargain. I got your undivided attention. And I hope that what I provided were just a couple of tips in sharing the ups and downs of my life to help you avoid the regret that I was feeling while I was standing in that empty apartment. Remember the ACT plan. And I'll leave you with the words of a great writer named Robert Ringer, who said most people want to wait to get motivated to take action. He said, even if you have to force yourself, take action and you'll be motivated. Use tonight as a launching pad. Have fun tonight. Use it as a launching pad and always keep taking action. Congratulations, you've earned it. Thank you. Well,